Hello my precious little dragons, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today, or if this is your first time here, hello, my name is Callista and my channel is all about books with a little bit of beauty thrown in here and there. So I hope you stick around. Today we are going to be doing the Mother Goose Hunt book tag. I found this through Break Even Books and the original video was by Sam Dawson, so I will link that original video down below. So this is basically prompts that are all based off of nursery rhymes. So let's get started. So the first prompt is Humpty Dumpty. So find a book where the death of the main character is not a surprise. The first thing I thought of was the Bible. Fortunately, the resurrection is also not a surprise. Or at least it's not to us because we have the whole story. But it was a surprise when it first happened. Anyway, a more traditional like fiction story. I also thought of Hamlet because I feel like at this point everyone knows that Hamlet is gonna die. Like it's kind of like you just know. I guess, oh, technically like Macbeth, because it's tragedy, you're like I feel like you probably know that Macbeth is going to die. If you didn't have the cultural context, I feel like you would know that Macbeth is gonna die sooner than you would know that Hamlet's gonna die. Like you get the vibe from both of them, but like Macbeth, you're like, oh, he's doing so many crappy things that he better die at the end. He kind of deserves it. Like, it's just like, the man needs his comeuppance to come to him. So those are my answers for that. So the next one is Jack and Jill. So find a book where a secondary character is just along for the ride. So I chose Alatsaway because the secondary character I'm thinking of is Kirby, her dog, because he's a ghost. He's literally just along for the ride. I mean, he also does important things in the book, but like he's just there because he loves his person and he wants to be there. So that's my answer for that. Hickory Dickory Dock is the next one, and so that is a book with time travel. And for this one I chose Half Magic because it's about these 4 kids that find like magic coin basically, but it only grants exactly half their wish. So there's a lot of shenanigans and also a lot of time travel. So yeah, that was just a really cute kid story. So the next prompt is row, row, row your boat. So this is find a book with a nautical theme. And the one I thought of was Black Sun, because like 2 of the characters' plot lines take place primarily at sea. So it just seemed to fit. And there's a lot to do with like the ocean and the sea. And one of the characters is basically that world's version of mermaid. So there's nautical stuff in there. It's also just a really, really good book, so you should go read it. So with number 5, There Was a Crooked Man. Find a book with a misunderstood character. So I have the book Loki. I feel like it's a cliche at this point to say Loki's a misunderstood character, but he's a complex character. And lots of people misunderstand the complexities of the character. So I could say that. I'm also going to say A Man Called Uva by Frederick Bachman. That one's just because I feel like you as the reader understand him perfectly because you get to see him throughout his life, but you don't start out understanding him. You just start out seeing a grumpy, bitter old man, and then you grow to understand him over the course of the story, so you move from misunderstanding to understanding, and the characters in the book also move from misunderstanding to understanding. There's that one. Number 6 is Mary Had a Little Lamb. So find a book with an unrequited love plotline. The one that I thought of was Les Mis, because Eponine loves Marius, but Marius loves Cosette. Without him, I feel his arms around me. So, unrequited love. And when the twinkle twinkle eyes found me. It's classic unrequited love. This world is full of happiness that I could never know. It's unrequited love. Number 7 is 10 Little Monkeys. So this is find a controversial book or author. Number 8, Polly Put the Kettle On. Find a book with outdated gender stereotypes. So you could go with pretty much any classic here, but I chose to go with the Iliad because women are property and prizes to be won, quite literally. So number 9, Twinkle Twinkle ABCs. Which, if you don't get that one, it's because Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and ABCs have the same thing, because it's like Twinkle Twinkle ABC. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, how I wonder what you are. Find 2 books with near identical plotlines. So the ones that I chose are Rosie's Traveling Tea Shop by Rebecca Raisin and The Bookshop on the Corner by Jenny Colgan. So I chose these 2 because they both take place A, in the UK, and B, it's basically about someone who lives in the city who either loses / quits their job and buys a van and turns it into a mobile shop and goes forth, and also discovers love and friendship along the way. Also, both books are very cute, rom-com-y, sort of cozy comfort reads. I highly recommend both of them. I really enjoyed both. I mean, there's differences, of course. I kind of boiled it down to bare bones basics, but basically it's about a woman in her 30s who buys a van, works out of the van, and finds love and friendship in the great beyond, which in that case is Scotland. Okay, and the last prompt is Old Mother Hubbard, which is finding a book with an amusing grandmother figure. So the book I'm going to choose for this is The Unexpected Mrs. Polifax, because even though Mrs. Polifax being a grandma isn't really a central piece of the storyline, she is amusing because she basically is like, well, I've always wanted to be a spy, and then decides to go be a spy, and it's just, she's a very amusing, fascinating character who gets into a lot of shenanigans, and yeah, it's just, that book is a lot of fun. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. So if you want to do the video yourself, I'll have all of the questions down below. If you want to just answer the questions in the comments and tell me like how you would answer the prompts, or if you agree with my answers, that's awesome too. Or if you just want to chat about any of the books, I am always willing and ready to talk about books. So yeah. And while you're down there, if you don't mind liking and subscribing and even turning on the post notification bell if you feel so inclined, those would all be awesome too. So anyway, that's it. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Stay magic, keep reading, and I love you all so much. Goodbye!